Welcome back, everyone. It's Lala here with an update video regarding my Kobo Libra Colour, the newest color e-ink device that I have purchased. So with this video, I'm just going to go over a couple things that I like about the Kobo, and starting with how I'm currently carrying it. I do not have a protective case for it yet. I do plan to get one ordered this coming week, and I'm kind of moving towards getting a clear case, but we shall see. The important thing to me is I really would like a case that has a dedicated place for my stylus pen. If you watched my previous video, I am currently using the Meta pen, and it's one that can be used with a Microsoft Surface device. This has worked very well. What I like about it is the size of this pen, and that I did not have to spend $70 for Kobo's branded stylus pen that works with this e-ink device. I spent about around $20. There was a $10 off sale through Amazon for this. So I got this around $20. It does have a button. I have learned after using it for now a week that if this button works like a top button and a bottom button. The top one you use for erasing, and the bottom one you use for the highlighter. There is no eraser function on the top of this. With using this for this week, I would say my preference would be if it did have the eraser on the top, and then the this could be used just dedicated to the highlighter. That would make it easier for me to, when I'm annotating and if I need to erase or what have you, or highlights, because then with this one button really working as a two-button function, I just always have to think, okay, let me make sure I get my finger on the top part of this pen, or let me make sure I get my finger on the bottom. But otherwise, it has worked very well for my needs. So I keep it on the Kobo and in this pouch that I'll show you. And the pen can go there, or it can go here, which will kind of like, this semi-diagonal slant here is how it attaches to this side. It can go like that if you have it half off, but otherwise it's gonna go like that. But my preference is, because that just kind of turns me off, is for me to put it on this end for now. So I have my Kobo in this pouch, and I'm going to move it to the side. I keep that Pocket Notes by Rotorunner in here. I have all kinds of different lists, brain dumps, ideas, and yeah. And I even used it for reference for this video, because I'm going to be talking about some of my favorite things about this planner. So I keep this in here in this pouch, and then I have my earbuds, and those stay in this pouch. I have not linked my earbuds yet to the Kobo. For some reason, it just wasn't coming up when I scanned for a Bluetooth device, but I'm going to try again. But otherwise, these are synced with my Samsung Note phone, or my Samsung, what is this, Galaxy 24 Pro or whatever it is. It's linked up to that, and it links to my car. And so right now I am using this cloth and paper pouch. It was in a recent sub box. I can't remember if it was I think it's considered the June sub box maybe. And it has this really cool texture to it, drawstring, and it's just, yeah, there's no pockets or anything inside. It would be nice if there was a pocket or a zipper pocket, and if it did, then that's where I would put the stylus or my earbuds. But I just put everything in here, and I'm gonna keep the notebook out just for this video for now. And then I just pull it, and I don't worry about my stylus falling out or anything. Okay, so the point is, if you haven't figured out a cover or sleeve to purchase, or you're just not ready to purchase anything right now, and you have one of these pouches or something similar, you can consider that to be where you would store your Kobo or other e-reader until you do decide on something specifically for this device. Okay, so one of my first things, and I'm going to try to keep to maybe my top 5, maybe, things that I like about the Kobo. I did get the Kobo Libra Colour in the black. I originally wanted to get a white one, but that was not available for 2-day Amazon Prime shipping for the white. And then watching reviews, I've heard a couple reviewers indicate how the white being distracting with their reading, and I do not want anything to distract me from reading my books. So what you see on here right now is it is in the sleep mode, and this says 1% red, and this looks like a composition notebook, right? Okay, because it really is, but it's a PDF. And I purchased this PDF notebook I have it, I believe, for my Kindle Scribe, and I have notebooks available on my Remarkable 2. I wanted to try out, because this is not specifically made for the Kobo, I wanted to see if it would work on here with this smaller format, right? Because the Remarkable 2 and the Kindle Scribe are larger devices. And I have both of them near me, but for example, my Remarkable 2 is in this case here. And I mean, this is I'm going to cover this part up, has my name and phone number, but this is a large compared to, let's see, we'll turn it sideways. How about that? This is very large compared to the Kobo, right? So the way that notebooks are going to look and how they may function may or may not work for you, but I wanted to see if it did. So let's go into this notebook, and I just tap it, and here is one of the sections. So I'm going to go to section. So pretty much the front part of this notebook, which has all these different sections. So you can have different sections for different parts of your life, right? Just like a paper notebook that has different sections divided by some dividers. So yes, the notebooks work with hyperlink. And so the hyperlinks have been working. So we're in the first section of this notebook. So I numbered it as 1. And then I could, then name this section more specifically from the main screen. And then you come here, and then it has all the lines for your indexing of your pages, and the page numbers are across the top here. And these hyperlinks do work. Here's page 1, or excuse me, actually this page 2. I can even, swipe page 1. I could go anywhere, blank page, and this is a dot grid. And then I can also go to these other sections as well. With this, I still have the menu. By tapping the top, I still have the menu to access highlighters, moving the page around, how you view the page, whether it's the brightness of the screen. I also can access the table of contents here. Let's just see what that looks like. It says untitled because it's just a notebook. And then if I tap that, then I have Lala planners and things 2024. Okay, it has page numbers, so there's 314 pages, and then you can see these dotted lines to where I've been. I can hit this button here. Let's see if it takes us, shows us anything. So going to that annotations tab or that book tab that takes you to your annotations, then you can see where I've made some entries. 5 days ago, today, 5 days ago. Yeah. All right. Let's see. So that is, you know, that's something that does work. I can put my notebook on here so I can have my own notebooks. Of course, the Kobo has this actual My Notebooks section, and you can make all kinds of different notebooks. So if I hit new, and then I can decide on if I want to make a basic or advanced. Do I want to create a folder? This will help you with organizing your different notes or notebooks. I like the folder system. And you have a keyboard. And you have where you have more options of what's available for the keyboard. Okay. All right, so I'm going to cancel this. So I do have a couple of different notebooks and folders, and I'm going to get back to organizing this a little more. So you do have an organization ability with notebooks, and there's various templates. I guess it didn't even go to where you guys could see templates. Let's just do, I believe, basic. Oh, and we have to name it. So we'll just say test. And then save. And then it's a blank page, 1 of 1. If I hit this down arrow and then the triple dots, then we get some options here. Change page background, clear the page, delete the page, refresh the page, export, hints and tips, thread dump. I'm not quite sure what this thread dump means, but in regards to the templates, you have these variety of different templates. And let me tell you, I did mention it in my previous video, you can combine the various templates in a single notebook. When you choose one of these templates, you do not have to only keep with that template throughout the whole notebook. So your page 1 could be a music page. Page 2 in this notebook could be a plan daily. You can do .grid, whatever's here, you can customize that notebook. And I did show an example of that where I had 3 different planner layout pages in one. And then of course you have your different pens, ballpoint pen, fountain pen, calligraphy pen, a brush tip pen, and highlighter. You have pen sizes, and you have 10 colors. And then you have a lasso here, so you can lasso something and move it. You have eraser function here. Again, you can change the brightness, forward, backward. Yeah. And you also have the arrows. If you have multiple pages, you can just, you know, hit the arrow to go this way or hit the arrow to go opposite way. The other thing I like about the Kobo is that I could rename my notebooks and folders. I can't rename my folders and things, the things I wanted to rename on the Kindle Scribe. So I was happy to see that I could rename. So you can export this, rename it, move it, or delete it. So if I wanted to change this to test 24, now this is going to be test 24. Also, I like the backup. I can back up my, you know, my documents. So like this folder here, I could back this up to my Google Drive. That's something that is a problem that I have with some custom templates or PDFs that I will put on the Kindle Scribe. There is not an easy way to back that up, okay? But there is cloud functioning with the books, of course, with Kobo, as well as I have Calibre, where I have converted a lot of books that I had on my Kindle over to a PDF that can be read, or EPUB, whichever one it is, that I can read on this device. The only books I cannot move, and I've looked through my Kindle Unlimited list of books and compared them to what's available through the Kobo bookstore, those Kindle Unlimited books I have not been able to find, not one. I haven't gone through all of them yet, but you know, I think over 5 or 6 of them that I checked, they were not available. However, Kobo has their Kobo Plus, which I believe is similar to Kindle Unlimited. There are lots of books. Yes, Amazon has lots of books, but I'm going to tell you, I have not had a problem finding books I wanted to read on my Kobo. And something that isn't easily, set up, preset up on the Kindle Scribe is having my Libby, so therefore access to my library where I can easily check out the library books. So this would be one of my other favorites. So I'm just going to go to the home screen. And here you could see on the bottom, it says borrow ebooks from your public library. And it says Overdrive. And then it says view your public library holds Overdrive. So if I go here, these are currently 2, and I'm just going to bring it up closer, 2 books that I have put myself on the wait list for the ebook. 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. It tells me it should be available in about 7 weeks. And then the 1619 Project, a new origin story. Okay, and that one available in 16 weeks. So if I want to say, oh, I wonder how much longer it's going to take for me to possibly get that book through my library, I can see it here. There's no stats like that on the Kindle, all right? But you do have it here. So I can go back. So the stats, the way that the stats, now Kindle's known for this, your reading stats, but I think it just looks really, it looks nicer here on the Kobo. I can see here on the Dean Koontz The Neighbor novel. It's a short story I borrowed from my library yesterday. I have read 43% is read. It tells me how many minutes left to go. So I can see those stats there. And I'm going to show you some other ways to look at stats. Let's see. And then if you go into the More tab, and then it says Activity. Okay, so More tab, there's some different things, options here, like my wish list. I have a couple books that are on my wish list, and that is a lot of flickering there. But yeah, I have a number of different books on my wish list. My Dropbox, I have not connected my Dropbox account, but I have connected my Google Drive because that's how I moved over that notebook PDF. My articles, this is through the Pocket app. These are articles I saw through the app or either on my computer or my phone that I wanted to read later onto my Kobo. So, you know, I have them here and then I can easily remove them as well. So this is some different ones I still need to read. And it's in list view. So I guess I can change the way that it, there we go, list view. And then also too, under list view, you can see some stats when you added it. So let's see if you guys can see that. So it has the data when I added the articles, how many minutes read, and then there's triple lines, and then I can archive it, favorite, or remove it. Triple lines on the top, tile view. So right now it's in that other view, but if I hit tile view, then I'll go tile view, I can refresh, download all, cancel all documents, manage downloads. Okay, and I'm going to hit the back arrow and I'm going to go to activity. So the last book I read will have these stats. You'll have more stats here. So The Neighbor, short story by Dean Koontz, book progress, 43%, about 47 minutes to go. The current chapter, I'm at 55% of the current chapter, and about 5 minutes to go to finish that chapter. Okay, I don't see those kind of stats. At least I don't believe that kind of stat is available on my Kindle, but definitely not in a nice view like this, where I don't even have to be in the book to see the stats. That's the point. Hours of reading so far, 1.1 hours. I'm averaging about 5 minutes per session. Now, I do read for longer periods of time. I was at work yesterday and I was like, oh, let me see about this book. And yeah, that's how I ended up with books. So between doing other things, I was reading. And 0.4 average pages per minute. Now, all items, okay? Now, this is some overall stats. This is something I was like, whoa, okay. Of your books are finished, so all the books I have loaded on here, I have finished 2%, okay? Don't come at me. I just got my device, okay? I finished one book, and then total hours of reading, 9.2 hours. All right, this is something I absolutely love about the Kobo Libra, and also too is in color, and I love seeing this in color. Okay, let's see. So I showed you the wish list. I've shown you the reading stats. How you can use your library, connect your library onto your device to see about, what books you want to borrow. And actually, let me go in here. So these are Overdrive, and then I could go through here and look at some different library books. There's Olympic reading. There's some different categories. Just added. You can do view all. What was the first start? First, it starts with what my holds are. Popular titles you may have missed. You term my pages and view. You can do view all to look at more. Okay, the just added. You can look at more. July is Disability Pride Month, and you can view more. Summer reads. So this is really cool that there's different categories through my library, and I could, find one I like. Let's do this Trevor Noah. I've seen this book many times. And now this is coming up where it says Kobo Store. So let's see. If I hit the triple dot, this little circle, because it does have a buy now option through Kobo Store, right? It has a wish list, and then you have a preview picture. You have a picture, the cover of the book. Then I can do preview now, so that means I can take a look. It's a book sample. Borrow with Overdrive. Save preview. I can also mark this as I've already read this book, or I'm not interested. You also have your synopsis, details, reviews, and related books. So if I were to go ahead and say borrow now, it's going to say connecting to Overdrive. And boom, just like that, Overdrive, you checked out an item. Born a Crime will be downloaded to your e-reader. Your loan of this item expires on Saturday, August 17th. I can go to my books or shop on Kobo. And if I go to my books, here it is. Here's my current books. This row and this row of current books. Easy, all right? Okay, and one thing, of course, you can go into your books. You can annotate right onto the book. Let me just open up the Dean Koontz book. I can see for this chapter, let's see, chapter 3, and it's really small, and 6 of 9 pages are in. So there's 9 pages, and I'm on the 6th page of these 9 pages of this chapter. It tells me here overall what page number I'm on. So short story, page 27 of 56 pages. And I can annotate on this. Let's see what kind of setup. So I have my black pen, And I might have makeup on under my nail. So if you saw it, excuse me, whatever, it's makeup. But I can, you know, write on this, you know, and I hit this button by mistake, but I can, like, what? I can change the color. Okay. But then, if I wanted to highlight, let's just get out of there. I'm going to hit the bottom of my button here and like that. And it's on the green. Okay. It's on the green. So I'm going to put my stylus down. And then what I do is, and this is taking me a little, you know, getting, you know, sometimes I just did not get it right. So here, I didn't get it right. But what I wanted to do is show you guys how sometimes I have a hard time. And so this can be a plus and it can also be a negative. But I have a hard time accessing where I can change the color of my highlighter. I should be able to just tap the first word, and I did it this time. You can see the circles where that gives you the frame of where you're highlighting or your selection area. Then I can change the color, or I can completely remove the highlight. I can add a note, kind of like the sticky notes on the Kindle Scribe. I can also search. Let's see what search does. If we do the search, then if you can see that, you get search in book, search Wikipedia, or search Google. And I'm going to tell you, in one of my other books, A Crane Among Wolves, that book will have some Korean words in it for, you know, for like a word for a clothing, a piece of clothing. And if I were to, you know, highlight that word to search the dictionary, those words, because of the Korean word in Hangul, will not be in the dictionary. So then what I do is then I'll do search Google, and then it takes me to the internet, and then I easily see what that word definition is. Okay, but back to this, and I'm going to change this to, and I have a little cheat sheet, or what I created for my highlighters, what each color represents for when I'm annotating a novel. So then I could change it to the pink. I could change it to, so I have to remember just light tap and not keep my finger pressed down. Okay. And then I can change it to the yellow. And then that's in yellow. Okay. Easy peasy. All right. So, one other con I just want to, when using the notebooks, I have had some problems with palm rejection, not being too great. I don't know if there really is palm rejection, but what happens sometimes is when I'm writing, say like even on this notebook, you know, my palm, let's go to just one of these pages. I'm just doing random. So say I'm sitting at work and my whole hand is going to be on the screen. It may not be a problem here. I didn't have a problem here this time, but what I have had a problem is that the menu would be activated. So it wasn't a problem right now, but sometimes it is, and it gets on my nerves. One thing that is on my gets on my nerves that keeps happening, and it's been seen just even in this video, is after writing on a book, a notebook, or whatever, is that refresh flicker. And I looked through the menus to see if there's a way I could change it, and I have not figured that out yet. If you know how to do that, where it's not doing that flicker refresh, please put it down in the notes below. I really appreciate it because I want to figure that out. But I'm going to say this is right now my all-time favorite e-reader. I love it. It's comfortable for me to hold. annotating and, you know, and holding this in my hand, then I'm going to have it flipped over where the buttons are over here on in my left side. And then, because I'm a right-hander, and then I can write, okay? But if I'm not really into any annotating, I'm just straight reading, because this has the rotating screen. Even, you know, it doesn't go this way for your list like this. However, some notebooks or like PDFs or whatever that I may load on here are better viewed in this direction, okay? Or PDFs that are planner PDFs, and I have tried some planner PDFs, just one so far, and it just didn't work out well. But my point is, but if I'm straight reading, then I can have it in my hand like this, so I have easy access to forward to my next page or backwards right here. The size and thickness is wonderful for reading, whether I'm in the bed, on the couch, leaning on a pillow, at work, at my desk, between clients. This has worked out well. I would say right now, I'm kind of up in the air on the size in regards to research articles. That has not been the very ideal. This actually, I believe, is one of the research articles, okay? And look at, this is tiny. Now, I know I can adjust the size. Let's see. Okay, that's for pages. Okay, so let's see. I thought I had an option to adjust the size. View details. That's just going to give me details about the article. And this is something that I'm showing you. This tells me the details of this research article. Publisher. Language is English, file name, medical and mental health, I can never say the word, whatever, among minority, racial, ethnic groups in the United States. And this is a PDF in the file size, file format. I had sent it over to my Google Drive. You have the read now, which I have been reading. I can mark this as unread, mark as finished, add to a collection. So I'm just going to get out of this. But otherwise, I believe, yes. So this is something that it's better for me to turn it this way when reading this without having to, you know, do that. Because you can do your finger gesture. So yeah, it's just a better reading comfort for this type of document this way. All right, because otherwise it's teeny tiny without having to do that. And I don't really like doing that because then I have to slide back and forth. And you see how you got this little preview, this little window here. Tells you what page you're on, what percentage you're zoomed in. It has a box for where you're focused. This isn't the best way of me reading a research article. On the Remarkable too, because it is a larger, like, paper size, you know, e-ink device. Reading on that device for PDFs research, and a lot of the planner PDFs work out wonderfully. All right, I think that's all I wanted to make sure I share with you guys. That's just a follow-up for the Kobo. And let me get back to, why is that happening? Because my finger's not in the right place because of fingernails. The Kobo Libra Colour that was recently released. And my Meta pen is not the Kobo. I'm going to go to this side. It is not the Kobo branded stylus. This has worked out very well. There are other options for stylus if you want the function of annotating and writing on your documents and books in here. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you're not already a part of the cool team. And also there's some books listed down below that I'm currently reading and almost done with, and different groups that you could also join me, like the Japanese Planner Facebook group. We want more people. We are just loving our Japanese planners. Soon it's really going to explode because with people's posts, because it's almost that time. We're getting closer to the season of planner purchases. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that like, that thumbs up. That helps me out a lot. That helps me even decide, okay, what would be good to share with you guys next time. I appreciate you guys' support, and I'll see you at the next video. Bye-bye.